Hello YouTubers, it's Uma Carrot coming to you from the Great White North. Seems like everyone has a different opinion on how we can solve the world's problems. Really have gone down the toilet. Things in Canada aren't quite so bad. We had a little more control on banks and our government than say some of the other countries. We're still smart, but it's not so bad. Anyway, one of the themes that I hear come up a lot with this is, the blame game. There's people saying that, oh, it's the unions and the liberals that have, thrown the world down the toilet, and then on the other side, people are saying, oh, it's the big greedy banks and so on and so forth. And I think there's probably a little bit of truth in all of that. Although I think historically, if you look back, at least in the United States, go back to say Reagan, um, you know, cutting taxes to rich people and kind of increasing taxes to poorer people, uh, squeezed out the middle class. And I think it's common sense if you think of it. The bigger your and more wealthy your middle class is going to be, the more wealthy your country's going to be. I mean, obviously, it makes more sense that if you have a couple million people who have a high income, say a modestly high income, a couple 100,000, 200,000, whatever it might be, they're going to be able to generate a lot more economy than say one man who has $1 billion. I mean, that one man can only buy so many hamburgers or whatever. Anyway, so one of the things I see that is a problem is that we don't have enough manufacturing, either in Canada or in the U.S. Um, and so I propose that we can save the world with our socks. Okay, there you go. Save the world with your socks. Um, why socks? Well, in my case, I'm very fussy about what socks I wear. It's just the way I'm built, got a sock fetish, maybe, I don't know what. Anyway, a while back, my wife was shopping at Costco, and this would be a few years ago, and she bought me these socks, knowing that how fussy I am. They were cheap. They were in a package of 3 or whatever, and I fell in love with them. And I thought, who is this company? And I looked it up, and sure enough, it was Dure, and that company is Canadian. They're out of Quebec, in fact, and they're fantastic socks. So I thought, okay, that's the socks I want. I'm going to buy those socks exclusively. Um, then, as it turns out, then this whole economy thing's going down and whatever. And so I thought, gee whiz, can you imagine if instead of buying our socks, say a pair of socks from China, if everyone in Canada decided to switch over to buying Canadian-made socks, just socks, not cars necessarily, not this or that or whatever, but just buying socks. Imagine the impact that that would have on that one company. They would probably, have to hire more staff. They'd have to expand. They might start exporting and so on and so forth. And it's just socks. There, excuse me. There are probably dozens of different items that could have be added into this little foray. So there's my thought. Go out, find an item that you really like. They may be a little more expensive. These socks are a tad more expensive than the Chinese ones. They last a lot longer, and I'm not kidding, a lot longer. So probably they're cheaper in the long run. And go out, find that product that's locally made, whether it be in the States or Mexico or Canada, and buy them and talk about them, YouTube about them, whatever it is. We can start a revolution. We can get manufacturing back into North America. We can start generating money, getting a better economy for all of us, and a better life for all of us. Um, you can't make money from air, so we got to make stuff, get things going. Oh, and parting shot. Well, never mind. I'll leave that for another video. Check it out.